This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 1953 Rayshire Street, Thousand Oaks, California, 91362. Today is February 14th, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just to the right of the walkway, as you approach the front door in the grass. And this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here. This goes towards our front door area here. And this goes out towards the front of our property. And we're going to go ahead and zero out at the top of our cleanout. And we went ahead and zeroed out. So we're just going to drop down. It does appear to be black ABS sewer pipe here at the top of the cleanout. We're going to drop down. Okay, it does appear that we immediately transitioned to what appears to be vitreous clay. As you can see in this area here, it does appear that we do have a little bit of an offset in that transition. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. Pull back a little bit. And we're going to continue to push out. And again, we're just going to continue to push out, and as we push out, we're going to check each joint and pull back. Okay, and we're just going to push in slowly. Okay, again, we're just going to continue to push out. It does appear that the line had been possibly hydrojetted. You can see that it's either... You can see the swirl marks here in the joints. Again, we're just going to pull up to the joint slowly and take a good look. Again, we're just going to continue to push out. And the joint appeared to be in fair condition as well. It does appear that we are coming up on our test tee there, as you can see right around the 12 o'clock area. And that is our test tee. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And the joint appears to be in fair condition. Continue to push out. Pull up on the joint here a little bit. We're just going to push in slowly and just take a good look. And it does appear to have some root intrusion there around the 3 o'clock area. You can see there's a little bit of root intrusion coming in from about the 3 o'clock area in that joint. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we're dropping down. Got a little bit of a gap in that joint as well. As we drop down into the chimney there, you can see there's a little bit of gap, a little bit in between the joint there from about the 6 o'clock going all the way around to about the 1 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. We're dropping down. It does appear that we possibly transitioned to what appears to be concrete sewer piping. And again, in this joint here, you can see that you got the neoprene band completely exposed there at the bottom. Missing a little bit of concrete sewer piping in that joint. So we're just going to push in a little bit closer. And again, as you can see there, you do have the neoprene band completely exposed there from about the 3 o'clock all the way up to about the 9 o'clock area. And what we'll do is we'll just push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in and then take a good look at all the concrete joints. And then from there we'll pull back and we'll mark some areas. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, the concrete joints are approximately 10 to 12 feet apart. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut our water down for a moment. Okay, again, we did shut the water down in our shower just so that we can take a good look at our concrete sewer piping. So again, we're just going to push out slowly. And it does appear that we are holding a little bit of water here in the concrete sewer piping. Again, so we're just going to continue to push out. We do have some debris. And again, still holding some water. It does appear to be a rag. We'll pull back a little bit. It does appear to possibly be like, looks like a tissue or some side of maybe a napkin or a rag. So again, we're gonna pull back. We're gonna pull back to continue to pull back. We're gonna pull back to the beginning of this belly area, and then we're going to just take a look at the overall length of the belly and the amount of water that's being held up in this area. So again, it does appear to be flat. As you can see, we are holding debris in this area, so we're going to pull back just a little bit more. Okay, again, we're just going to continue to push out slowly. And as you can see, we're at approximately 43 feet on our camera monitor, 43 feet 10 inches on the camera monitor. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And again, as I mentioned, it does appear to be holding water. You do have a little bit of neoprene banding exposed in that joint there. So it goes out to approximately 49 feet 10 inches on the camera monitor. So it's approximately a 2-foot section of pipe there that's flat, and it's holding a little bit of water and holding some debris in that area. So again, we were able to push through a little bit there and get that debris and the water to pass through. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, these joints are approximately 10 to 12 feet apart. So again, we're going to continue to push out. And we're coming up on a joint. Got a little bit of root intrusion in that joint there. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. It does appear to be that root intrusion is loose. So it's definitely been hydrojetted. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And it does appear that we do have a break in this area. You can see that the pipe here had completely shifted from about the 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock area all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area at approximately 7 foot 8 inches deep in the middle of the street. We did mark it with a red crayon just in the middle of the street. So again, as you can see, that it does appear that we do have a fairly large offset and break in this area from about the 9 o'clock going all the way around to about the 4 o'clock area. And you can see just behind that, you can see there's a large crack from about the 6 o'clock going all the way up to about the 12 o'clock. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue pushing slowly. And again, you can see that area there with the crack. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. We're dropping down. And again, in this joint here, you can see that there's neoprene band completely exposed in that joint as well, from about the 12 o'clock going all the way around to about the 6 o'clock area. We'll pull back just a little bit. And again, as well, you can see the neoprene band going off full diameter of the pipe. Neoprene band is exposed in that joint. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we drop down into our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. We did mark it with the red crayon out in the middle of the street at 7 foot 10 inches deep. And this is closer to the curb on the opposite side of the street. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly. continue to pull back. And again, as I mentioned here, you can see that we do have an exposed neoprene band in this joint here. And that band is exposed completely all the way around. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back, make a little bit of a turn. And as we come in this area here, we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we did locate this area in the middle of the street, closest to the opposite side of the street, next to the curb, at 7 foot 10 inches deep. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We'll pull back slowly. And again, the concrete joints are approximately 10 to 12 feet apart. So again, as we continue to pull back, we did have some exposed neoprene bands in the concrete joints.
I'm just leaning.
So again, we're going to continue to pull back. And okay, we can continue to pull back. And as we pull back in this area here. This area here, when we were running some water, we were holding some water in this area. So it was a short, flat area, approximately 2 to 3 feet. And as you can see, we do still have a little bit of debris, a little bit of buildup in this area. And from what I can tell, they did have the line hydrojetted. So this could be some leftover debris and buildup from the hydrojetting. So again, we're just going to pull back slowly.
I wanted to see if I could take a...
Okay, again, as I mentioned, as we pull back, this area here, we do appear to have some debris and buildup. We were holding a little bit of water as we were pushing out, and we were able to push a little bit of the debris to the side and get that water to run and pass through. But as you can see, we do have quite a bit of buildup and debris in this area. And again, the line did appear to be hydrojetted. So again, as we pull back just a little bit, you can see that we do have an exposed neoprene band in this joint. And pretty much the full diameter of the pipe there, that we do have an exposed neoprene band. Push in a little bit. And again, as you can see in that area there. So again, what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back. And again, you can see that we have a little buildup in this area.
I'm about to go.
And we're going to continue to pull back.
Or no? You want him to run the water?
So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. Again, we did turn some water on in our laundry room area just to determine where our laundry room is tying in. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to...
This is my husband. I'm sorry.
Okay, again, we went ahead and ran a little bit of water from our laundry room area just to see which direction the laundry room is, if there's a tie-in as we pull back. But there appears to be the tie-in is further back towards the house. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back slowly. And again, we are in concrete sewer piping. So we're just going to continue to pull back. Again, these joints are long joints, anywhere from 10 to 12 feet between the joints. And still a little bit of debris there in the concrete sewer piping. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back.
That was a joint. Go back out.
Go back, push back out.
Keep going.
Okay, we're going to continue to pull back. Yeah, we're just going to pull back slowly. And as we pull back, you can see that we are pulling back to another concrete joint as we pull back. And again, in this area here, you can see that we do have a good amount of neoprene band exposed in this joint from about the 3 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 9 o'clock area. And again, over time, this neoprene band could continue to push through. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. What we're going to do is we're going to pull back to take a look at the rest of the joints in the concrete sewer piping and pull back to our vitreous clay, concrete and vitreous clay transition. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back.
So you would put if you put in poly piping?
And we pull up.
Okay.
We're coming up a little bit of a concrete stack in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Just at the top, we're going to pull back just a little bit.
Push out.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area.
So I asked that.
Okay, we went ahead and located this area at 6 foot 4 inches deep, and this is just on the sidewalk just in the front of the house, in between the parkway and the grass at the front of the house. We did mark it with the red crayon, and again, as you can see, we're coming up the chimney. We're just going to continue to pull back. You can see we do have a gap in that joint there as well between the vitreous clay and the concrete sewer piping. And again, neoprene band is exposed in that joint as well. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pull back. And we're just going to pull back and we're going to push back in a little bit. And we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area as well, just at the top of the chimney. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at 5 foot 4 inches deep in the grass. And again, we just pulled back just a little bit, just to mark it in the vitreous clay as we come up the chimney. As you can see, as we're pulling back, we're transitioning, coming back towards the house. And again, we did transition into vitreous clay. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. As we pull back this line here, you could tell that it had been hydrojetted. You can see the swirl marks in the line. So that's a good indication that the line had been hydrojetted. And again, as we pull back, we did see some signs of root intrusions coming through some of the joints as we pull back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, that joint there appeared to be in fair condition. Again, we're right at our test tee. It does appear that the vitreous clay test tee is at the front of the property next to the sidewalk. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And again, this joint here, again, we're just going to push in just a little bit. Okay, again, we're going to continue to pull back. And we just continue to pull back slowly. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition as well. Well, hold on. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back slowly. And again, we're heading back towards our mainline sewer cleanout here at the front of the house. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull up and out of that area. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, right here we do have a fairly large offset here between the black ABS sewer pipe and the vitreous clay. And this is right at our mainline cleanout. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and marked this area at 3 foot 0 inches deep, just in front of our mainline sewer cleanout. And again, this is an offset in between our black ABS sewer pipe and our vitreous clay sewer line. So again, we're just going to pull back and we're going to pull up and out of our cleanout. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop back down, and what we're going to do is we're going to push back towards the house. And again, as you can see here, that it does appear that we do have another offset in that joint there. So again, we're going to continue to try to push back towards the house. And it does appear to be vitreous clay. So again, we're going to continue to push back towards the house. And it does appear we do have a tie-in there. And we're going to continue to push out. We're going to mark the area there between the cast iron waistline and our vitreous clay sewer line. So we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area just to the right of the front door in the plant area at 2 foot 8 inches deep. And this is our cast iron waistline to vitreous clay transition. And again, we did mark it with an orange flag at 2 foot 8 inches deep. So again, we're just going to pull back slowly. Continue to pull back just a little bit. You can see this does appear possibly have a tie-in in that area. And push in just a little bit. What we'll do is we'll pause here for a moment. We're going to run a little water to see if we have anything coming in from this tie-in. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we did run water in the kitchen sink, and it did come from the cast iron waistline, and we also ran water, flush toilets in the master bathroom and in the hallway bathroom, and all the water appears to be coming from the cast iron waistline into the vitreous clay sewer line. So again, we're just going to pull back, and we're going to pull. As we pull back, the vitreous clay did have some offsets in that area, but we're going to pull back and pull up and out of our clean out. That will conclude our video sewer inspection.